Hi. I guess I'm supposed to tell you how we're doing during this virus shut-in. We kind of shut ourselves in at home. We closed the store, about 3 weeks ago already, and so we're trying to social distance from everybody else. But that's really hard because I'm a social person. Mary and I both. So what we've been doing a lot more praying. Uh, we got to know Mary a lot better than I ever did before because we got 3 weeks in the house together almost always. And I told like George and Mary Jo Rowland and some other people, and they said the same, that they're getting to know their spouses a lot more because they're at home and they don't have to run around and stuff. So does pretty good. The only problem is they eat too much. You got 3 square meals a day, so I'm putting on a little extra weight, and I got a little bit too much to lose the way it is. But that's good in a sense. So we got plenty of food, and the heat's paid, the rent's, everything. I don't have to pay rent, so everything's going good that way. But what I've been trying to do is pray the chaplet at 3 o'clock. Mary and I have been driving down and doing that in front of the church. Most of the time we sit in the car and do that, trying to unison with the whole parish. And then the rosary at 7 o'clock, so Mary and I wasn't really good at praying the rosary together. We prayed the rosary, but always alone. So now we're doing it together, which is kind of a real unique deal. It's kind of like a new threshold, So we're trying to keep up at church that area. I've been doing more spiritual reading than ever, and there's so many good books out there to lift you up. In the morning, I get up in the morning and I pray and I read the Bible for today, the passages for today, and pray, and then it gets to be about 7:30, and then you start watching the news, and your spirituality just sinks. Boom. And the more you watch the news, the more you dip and get away from it. And then finally, get in the afternoon, you do some more praying, and you get yourself back up there again. So I try and refrain from watching as much news as possible, especially that mainline stuff, and try and look for positive things. And there's so much out there. And the percentage of people dying from the virus doesn't seem to be as great as what they've been saying. They've been scaring us, but it's dangerous. I admit that. But the fun part, I'm really enjoyment that I'm getting to do is I'm calling up people. I called up George Rowland yesterday. It was, in fact, to say, George, I'm supposed to find hurting souls to talk to, and I'm calling you, and he just kind of laughed, so lost souls is the word I use, and they really got a kick out of that. But you call out people, you just have they're kind of acquaintances, and I called a bunch of different people like that. You know them, but you really don't know them, and you get on the phone and the conversation just flows. It's just so much fun, and you don't have to know that person that really good to call them. It's I was talking to a lady today, and she called me to see how I was doing, and then she said, well, their kids call her and stuff all the time. Well, but sometimes that surprise call is even more powerful from somebody that you really don't know that well. Just gives you a call, see how you're doing. And sometimes it's a bigger lift than from you expected kids to call and your relatives, but them strangers that call, that's really big. So that's what we've been doing. I need a haircut. I'm looking like a shite book, as my dad said. And Mary threatened to cut my hair, and I don't know if I want to trust her with that. So, so anyway, I've been trying to watch Father's masses on TV. You can find them on YouTube if you want to just plug in Assumption and St. Anthony's in Watkins. You can find the mass and and listen to his sermons and stuff, and that's really powerful. And they had that chaplet at Sacred Heart, and I thought that was really neat. And then I found that on YouTube. I just turned on YouTube, and there was a chaplet to the Sacred Heart. It originated right here in Assumption Parish. Just neat. So there's a lot of stuff out there to keep our spiritual uplifted, and it's got to keep focused on our mission. Mission is to get to heaven and take as many people with you as we can. Thank you.